All right. So let me start sharing it out. Hey, Brother Herb, welcome in. Don't forget to smash that like button. Hello. Thank you. Brother Herb, if you could share me out, please do. I'm sharing myself out as well. Thank you for popping in. BrownGirlBella. Welcome in, welcome in. Thank you everyone for coming. I am just sharing myself out, so hang on just one sec. I was still sharing myself in. Thank you for coming in. I see we've got about 5 people in the house right now. I want to take an opportunity to introduce the person that I have on screen with me, give a little bit of her background, and then I'm going to have her share her wonderful story with you all. So this is a personal labor of love for me because I know this woman personally and I love her to death. So I am very pleased and quite honored to present to you all Miss Michelle B. Hardy. Michelle is a senior sales executive with over 30 years of experience in pharmaceutical and the healthcare industry. She works at Merrick and Company, which is a pharmaceutical and healthcare industry, where she is a senior account manager in the surgical and anesthesia division. Over the course of her career, she has worked in several institutions, including the National Institute of Health, Harlem Hospital, Columbia University, and the New York City Department of Health. She has a special interest in addressing community healthcare disparities and barriers related to HIV and AIDS, hepatitis, nutrition, and alopecia health concerns. Michelle is a certified trichologist. Is that correct? Trichologist and licensed cosmetologist. Yeah, cosmetologist. She received her BA in Economics and African American History from Wellesley College here in Connecticut, and a master's in public health from Columbia University Mailman School of Public Health. She is a proud member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, and she was initiated in April of 1979 in the Lambda Upsilon chapter of Wellesley, Harvard, and MIT. With that, I bring you my sorority sister, my friend, Michelle.
Well, hello. Thank you. I want to say thank you for inviting me onto your show this afternoon. It's an honor to be a part of the show. And this is the first time I've been invited to talk about a topic of hair loss. So it's really a defining moment for me. So thank you.
Thank you. So, wanted to give my audience a little bit of background about how you discovered you had alopecia. So if you can take us through your journey of what it is and when you first discovered it.
Sure. Well, it began over 20 years ago. So over 2 decades ago. So I was a much younger woman. And I have one daughter now. So it was after I gave birth to my daughter. Mm-hmm. I noticed a small coin-shaped circular patch of hair missing at the nape of my, and like at the back of my head. And at that time, I was wearing what they called the Halle Berry haircut. It looked like over to the side. And so I noticed right away the loss. So it was like a little shine. And I was concerned. So I should tell you I should preface my comments by saying, from a little girl, I always was fascinated with hair. My own hair, anyone that would allow me to play in their hair, doll hair, I was fascinated with hair. So, I took pride in my hair. The Bible says our hair for women, our hair is our crown and glory.
Yes.
When I noticed the spot, I was concerned. I had no idea what I was going to face going forward. So that was over 20 years ago. And I immediately went for a consultation with a dermatologist, and I was diagnosed as having alopecia areata. And I was like, aloe what?
Yeah.
I'd never heard of it before. All I knew is that my hair was coming out, and that round, it was like the size of a dime. It was growing bigger and bigger. So by the time I started position, it was like the size of like a quarter. And the only thing at that time I was being offered was something called corticosteroid injection. And, I agreed to it. So let me just say this, is that when a woman starts to lose her hair, you're almost open to anything that tells you might help you. So I did the injections, believe it or not, Sora, for over 10 years. I went.
Wow.
And unfortunately, there's different types of alopecia. So you have alopecia areata, which are like patches, round circle patches, and that's what I had. And you also have alopecia totalis, and you have alopecia universalis. So the difference between them is, first you might notice the patches, and for some, your hair may grow back. It may recover completely as though you never had hair. But unfortunately, I was in the group that it just continued to progress. And so I would say now I have universalis, because today I'm wearing eyelashes, but I've lost my eyelashes. You probably can't tell because I try to do a good job, but one of my brows is totally.
You did a good job. What are you talking about? You did a great job. We were talking about that earlier.
So one of my brows is like gone, but I filled them in. But I have hair loss all over my body, but I do have some hair, but very little. So I can still having.
Yeah, and I think not to cut you off, but I think that is the distinction there, because I think people think when they have alopecia, it's only their hair on top of their head, but it's really all over, correct?
It can be depending on how the course that alopecia takes in your specific case. It can be from head to toe. So, and oftentimes, if you have someone in your family that's lost their hair due to alopecia, because it is autoimmune, it's likely that you may lose your hair too. I have a twin brother. I bet you didn't know that fun fact.
I actually remember you saying that to me once before, that you had a twin brother. Yes.
I have a twin, Michael. So I've lost my hair like almost, my daughter's 28 now, so it's almost been 30 years. But he recently started losing his facial hair. And so it does run, it can be hereditary and it can run in your family.
Wow.
So I know earlier you said to share what that felt like.
Yes.
That's what I really wanted to convey, is that because I so loved my hair, I used to play in my hair. Actually, when I started to lose my hair, I grieved my hair as it started to come. So I was real. The only word I can come up with is devastated. And once I had a lot of hope, because I was in the doctor's care, and I said, well, these injections are going to work for me and my hair is going to recover. But in the meantime, I started wearing weaves. And that weaves were popular. And I had all my hair like in the frontal, but in the back, it gradually more and more. But the weaves would cover it up, and I still had my glam going on. So I was but the moment that really crushed me is when I realized I had no more hair left to even weave. So I was like, okay, I have to make the next step, which was a wig. And I did that for years. I did not want to wear a wig. I don't know. I think wigs were just more accepted in the fashion world and women. And that wig symbolized, okay, it's lost. The hair is gone. But I did. And wigs were different from what we have today, because people feel like when they see me, they think, a lot of people, if I don't tell them, they think that this is my hair, right? So, we have lace fronts and full lace wigs that give the illusion of a hairline. But at that time, I didn't have those options. So the wigs kind of aged me. They felt like I looked like an older woman. They weren't styled in the way I wanted to be styled. So that devastated me too, because it just wasn't me. And I was, you know what, in this world, you have to have self-confidence. And it affected my self-confidence. It made me feel to hide. The other thing I experienced is whenever I was having my weaves done prior to going into the wig, I had to go into a salon, right? So I had to kind of like, so to speak, bare my soul. And, salons are open spaces. And when I there, I just felt like cringing, because everyone would, in this society, if you have any slight thing that's different from everyone else, you become a curiosity. And
you're singled out.
You understand what I mean? So it made me so uncomfortable to sit in that chair, but that was my only option. And my hairstylist at that time did a fabulous job in giving me some dignity back, because she would do like the glue weaves on a stocking cap, and then she was talented at cutting, and she gave me a really good young kind of like it was just a nice inspired look. I felt good when I walked out the salon. So that's what I was like looking for. So, I just share those experiences, because when women are vulnerable when they lose their hair. And,
yes, they are.
And so, I went through that. So today, when I was thinking about what I would share with you, I was thinking about, had you ever heard or read about Ayanna Presley? She's a representative in the government, Black woman.
Yes.
And, and she lost
her. Yes.
She was known for wearing the beautiful Senegalese twist.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And just this past January, she, what I would call, came out. And when I saw that, yeah, she came out and told everyone that she had alopecia. And the thing is, she lost her hair at a pivotal time politically. It was right before the impeachment.
Oh, wow.
And she was involved in that, and she said she was in it. And that's another thing I want to point out. Sometimes the hair can come out suddenly and just like overnight be gone.
Right.
And when she came out, she said she was freed from her secret.
Wow.
And that's why I'm doing this talk show with you today. And that's why I did the post on Facebook where you saw my story, because it's liberating to share and maybe help someone else that was where I was 30 years ago.
Right.
In terms of my yeah.
That is fabulous. Thank you. So for all those who are just coming in, welcome. I saw a number of people come in. I want to thank you all for coming. We are talking right now with Michelle Hardy. Michelle Hardy is a sales executive for Merrick with 30 years of experience in the business, but she is sharing her story today with us about alopecia and how devastated, to use your word, she was when she first discovered that she was losing her hair. And, you know, as all women know, our hair, whether you are Black, white, Hispanic, doesn't matter. Our hair has always been our crowning beauty. So for us to lose that symbol, as you would call it, of, you know, vitality and beauty and all of this wonderful words that they use in the beauty industry to describe our hair, it is devastating and soul crushing sometimes to say, I don't have that anymore. So what else did I have? And so for you to make that decision to go to wigs, did you immediately like graduate from weaves into wigs or?
Okay, so I was wearing the weaves. I was quite happy until the hair loss progressed.
Okay.
And my stylist could not, it just became evident to me that all my hair was going to come out. Actually, she had to talk with me. And she said, why don't you just shave it all off? Because it was just so little left. And I was starting to look ridiculous. I felt like with the weaves in it. So we did that, and that's when I went into a wig. I hated my first wig, but I want to mention my sister. I lost my sister in 2018, but she was my biggest fan, and she was my advocate, and she stood by me when I had to go out and purchase my first wig, and she encouraged me when it was time to leave the house. This is how crazy it was for me. I had a hard time. So insecure. I had a hard time walking out my front door. And she was like, girl, you look good. Go on out there. You'll see. Everyone's going to respond. Go. And so we went to visit some friends. And she said, I'm going to let you go in first. Let's just see what their reaction is. And I went in and no one said a word. That even crushed me. Because I thought they were going to say, oh, you look beautiful. Well, that made me a little bit, I had side eye. I was like, oh my God. But thank God that things progressed in terms of the types of wigs we can wear. I used to wear wigs that covered my face. And when I finally started wearing like lace fronts, like you could barely see that, like I have a hairline a little bit, right?
Yes.
So that gave me like so much more. It was a boost of confidence. And remember, you told them I'm a salesperson. So when I go out to meet my customers, I have to be confident that I'm bringing my best. And you can't feel insecure and not sure if somebody's looking at your hair and not in your eyes.
Exactly.
So the different types of wigs that we have today are a godsend.
Yes. Absolutely. So, okay. So we talked about, you know, your journey and the wigs, and what I love about you that people will start to know now, you are very stylish. Like from the moment I met you, I was like, yep, she's an AKA, because she's got that flair. It's just something about your stature and the way you present yourself that I was just like, Yep. I want to be her when I grow up.
You are me. You are the epitome of glam and style. So
Thank
you know we
you.
saw us, and that's just how we come, right? That's how we do
That's
it.
exactly. That's just how we come. But
Well, we
I mean,
are colors.
for our sorority, you know, we go to a lot of meetings, we go to a lot of conferences and things of that nature. So tell me about the experience with that, because you know you were initiated in '79. I was just a pup.
Yes, yes. Well, you know, you're so young. I wouldn't even think you were here because when I tell folks I was initiated in '79, they're like, "What?" But okay. So, yeah. Well, when I went to Wellesley College. I just wanted to say the Wellesley College I attended is in Massachusetts.
Oh,
So
Massachusetts. Okay.
Wesleyan is in your neck of the woods.
Okay. Yes.
So I went to Wellesley College, which is a predominantly white school, all girls. And when I joined AKA, they had just been chartered the year before. And I was I found myself, I was a sophomore. And I was really looking for activities on campus or off campus that were Afrocentric and, you know, took me back to my culture. So, you know, that I'm from Harlem, New York.
Yes.
Shout out to Harlem. I'm so Harlem, okay? I'm very Harlem. I love Harlem.
Yeah.
And when I left home, it was really my first time leaving home. So culture shock, right? So I
Right.
knock on the door and it's a soror. I had no idea at that time. So unlike so many sorors, I wasn't a legacy. I had not been exposed to sorority, the Divine Nine, or any of that life. I didn't know anything about it. And I was invited to attend a meeting, and that's what we called a rush at that time. So that was my entree into Alpha Kappa Alpha. And right away, you pointed out, right away when I went to that meeting, I said, "Oh, this is about class. These
Yeah.
women, these women are educated and intelligent, and they are stylish, and I want to be a part of this."
Absolutely. Absolutely. Where do I sign? Where?
Yes.
I'm in. All day. All day. All day.
So I think that I really feel that, you know, in life, opportunities come, and I feel like the story's already written. I believe that I was to become a woman of Alpha Kappa Alpha. Later on, I found out that my sixth grade teacher, I attended John B. Russworm School in Harlem, PS 197. Ruth Spearman was my sixth grade teacher, and you want to know, she was the president of the chapter I now belong to, and that I am now president. And she at the time that I was a little girl in her classroom.
Wow.
Little did I know, but I admired that woman. She dressed impeccably, and she used to have her hair so and her makeup just perfect. And I was that little girl, I just remember admiring her, and she was so smart. I was a little afraid of her because she did not take any mess. She was a nice woman. So Ruth Spearman, little did I know she was an AKA. And years later, in the same chapter where she served as president.
Wow. Yes. And so, yes, we want to talk a little bit about that too, because your chapter is in the heart of Harlem.
Yes.
And you have so many wonderful, legendary dignitaries that have passed through your chapter. So if you want to name drop, feel free.
So as president, if I start name dropping, I hope I don't have members upset with me, because I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm proud of all my members. I think that all dignitary status. These women are about excellence, and in their professional walk, they have reached great heights. And what I find extraordinary about all the women of Alpha Kappa Alpha, we find the time to serve our community. And that's why I'm part of the Tau Omega chapter. We just we celebrated our 95th anniversary in 2020.
Yes. Kudos.
Coronavirus did not stop us. We had a beautiful virtual tea party that it felt like we were there. But we're all operating virtually and we miss each other, but we must stay safe.
Exactly.
And, wear our masks and practice social distancing until we have a vaccine that can keep us all protected.
Absolutely.
So I don't want to name names.
Okay.
My members, every single member, and we have close to 200 members, is phenomenal. Every single member.
Yes.
And they're busy in their professional lives like yourself, but you have time to serve your community. So that's
there you go.
Apart from the rest.
There you go. Well, I won't name drop, but I'll let you know they are the who's who of Harlem.
Yes,
and just leave it at that. You have all the who's who of Harlem. You have politicians, you have famous photographers and models.
Yes, I have a famous photographer that is just off the charts. And if you can squeeze time on her schedule, you're going to have an awesome experience with a photo session.
You are.
She is amazing with the work that she does.
She is. But what I love about her so much is that she can take that lens and just get right to the heart of the matter. And when she snaps that camera and you look at that image, you're like, oh, like, I did that? That's me?
Yes.
That's me?
Yes.
And she can do it on an iPhone. She can do it on a Samsung. She can do it on her camera. She can do it on your camera. It doesn't matter. That's how talented she is. And that's why I love my sorority sisters so much, because when they put something together, when they put their heart and soul into something just amazing happens. And that's what I see with you. Like, I knew when you came out, I was looking at you, I was like, she's graduate advisor. I wonder if she gonna take that move. And then when they told me you made that step, I said, yes, that's her.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought that up, because my message to all women in our sorority is not to be afraid to lead, to run for office. And, even if you do it shaking, because when I was asked to think about running for office as president, I was like, I don't think so. But, I prayed on it and I went forward, and I'm still learning and growing. But it was such an opportunity to bloom. And my sorors, it meant so much to me because my sorors saw something in me that told them they wanted me for a leader. And I went forward with it. So don't be afraid to serve. Step out of your box, your comfort zone, and try new things like running for office.
Yes. Or even if it's, getting a promotion at your job, or, wanting to go out for, any type of new thing, or even if you are a YouTuber, doing something new. This is a new segment for me. And I just felt that if I'm going to really look at beauty the way I want to look at beauty, which is, as I told you before, from the inside out. Beauty always comes from within first. You have to put in that beauty to get out that beauty. So, we talked about drinking water.
Yes.
Hydrated. And, just give us a few tips of your beauty regimen, Michelle. Like, how do you get ready in the morning?
Okay. So one thing you said that's really key is the water.
Yes.
So comprised mostly of water. So it's important that we replenish the water that our bodies need. And women that are glamorous and you see that glow on their skin, you can bet that they're drinking plenty of water every day. And so that's one thing. But my beauty regimen starts at night because we have to remove the makeup,
Yes.
the debris from just being out in the environment, faces before we lay down in slumber, right? So removal of makeup is important. And for me, because I have skin issues like psoriasis, I have thyroid disease, which is autoimmune, and it causes dry skin. I have to moisturize. It's almost like my skin drinks the product when I put it. Oh, and I'm dry again. So I have to constantly moisturize my skin. And also I don't want to get too personal, but I think it's also important to purge. So we need to clean out our GI system. Maybe there's a herbal tea that you like, or maybe there's a colonic, someone that's a hydrotherapist, but maybe quarterly or every 6 months, we have to clean ourselves out. And that's really important in terms of your skin and that glow that we're all after. The makeup can be temporarily, but it's nothing like a natural glow.
Exactly.
And then on a daily basis, I'm not too much of a fussy type of person with my makeup. So, I'm a salesperson, but I work in anesthesia. So I wear scarves to work sometimes. So I don't wear a lot of makeup. And even now with the mask that we wear, I don't wear a lot of makeup because our skin is breathing. And some people are reporting irritation around. So I tend not to put a lot of foundation on, but I do have darkness. So sometimes I wear concealer.
Right.
I was telling you earlier, there's products like NARS and Fenty that I've been in. So I have a younger daughter, so they keep me up to date on what's up. Okay, like what's up?
There you go.
And of course, there's MAC products, but sometimes you can find some great products right in your local drugstore or Walmart. So for my eyebrows, I use like a Revlon eyebrow defining pencil, and that's some of the pencils that I paid tons of money for.
There you go.
I recommend that you check out what's in those aisles when you go to Walmart or CVS.
Absolutely.
At lower price points, so you can experiment and then maybe invest in better products or different products as you go along. But I think that's a good way. I'd like to ask a question. I don't know if anybody is out there in your audience, but I'm thinking about microblading for my eyebrows. Have you? Yes.
I'm really thinking about that.
I'm ready, and I'm wondering maybe later on we'll get some responses to that. The way to go. Like, does anybody have any recommendations? And a good person?
I actually have one because there's someone that I follow on YouTube, and her and I have gotten pretty close. She lives in Westchester, and she went and got her eyebrows microbladed, and she actually filmed some of it. So I was able to like see how they work and the process, and I was very, very impressed by what they showed. So yeah, we'll talk offline about that. BrownGirlBella excursion.
Yes, I'm ready. So we'll talk about that later. But those are all things, you know what? You have to look at yourself, be honest with yourself. And I'm a woman of a certain age. I just celebrated a milestone birthday. And so I have to continually like make an assessment of what I look like and what can I do to enhance that look.
Right.
Bring my very best to the world when I come out each day.
Absolutely. Yeah. We got some more new people in, so I just wanted to say hello to everyone who came in. I see Keep It Simple with Bridget's here. Joyful Baby Care is in here. Marilyn Gale. Wendy, Auntie Wendy, thank you so much for being here. Light Bright, Fulton Mars. The World is Mine. Musisi, thank you. Musisi has a birthday today.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Brother Herb, as always, is in here. Thank you guys for coming. If you have any questions for Michelle, she is open to Q&A. We'll take your questions. Just drop them in the chat and we will address them. Thank you to everybody who came in. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up. And if you can, share us out, please do.
Mm-hmm. And if I might just say one thing, I'd like to acknowledge the National Alopecia Areata Foundation.
Yes.
So they're off. And I mentioned that in the Facebook post. The reason I want to give them a shout out is because that's where I went for support when I started losing my hair. Not when I first, but when I realized that I needed something to help me feel secure with my new normal. So they have groups that they offer the country, and they work with politicians to get bills approved so that people who have lost their hair and have to wear wigs, we can get these wigs paid for. They can be billable to our insurance carriers. So they've made a lot of progress in that area. And initially, when I used to have to buy wigs, sometimes my wigs would range in price. I have paid, you know the most I paid for a wig?
How much?
$1,500 I paid for a wig. That was
wow.
It was a beautiful wig, but let me tell you, it was not worth it.
Oh my goodness.
But it gave me a lot of confidence. I loved the look. It was a lace wig. It was bought in the theater district because, you know, they've been wearing lace wigs on stage forever, right?
Absolutely.
So, beautiful wig, but I found more affordable price points at this time. But wigs still cost, and they're like prostheses. So when I used to submit for reimbursement, I would get responses back that I was declined because it was cosmetic, but it isn't, because there's nothing I can do about the fact that I've been diagnosed with alopecia. So the National Alopecia Foundation works in that area too, to make the cost of wigs more accessible in a broader way across the country. So I wanted to give them a shout out.
Absolutely. And then I'm also going to put them in the description box below. So if you know of anyone, audience members who may be suffering from this and want to reach out with some helpful advice, I will leave that information in the description box so you guys can get that. That'll be after this broadcast. Thank you all for coming in. I see, I don't see any questions yet. Let me look in my stream here and see if I see anything. Nope, nothing yet.
And you know, sometimes we that there's only, like, I described one type of hair loss, but there's other types of hair loss. So sometimes this is more common, and this is called androgenetic hair loss. So that's like male pattern baldness or female, where sometimes when we get to be a certain age hormonally, we lose hair in the crown of our head. So have you seen women that are trying to cover the hair because crown? So that's another type of hair loss. But there's treatments. You know, people go the surgery route, but there are treatments for all types of hair loss, even what I have. And there have been people with alopecia that have had their hair fully recover, so grow back in with treatment. So some things they do is laser therapy. That's where you sit under a dome light, or some have the laser rake and they give themselves treatment. There's scalp therapies other than the injections. I can tell you the injections I subjected myself to, they were painful. And sometimes I would bleed from the scalp. So they were very uncomfortable, but I did them in hope that my hair was going to grow back. And I told you I did those injections like once a month for almost 10 years. But when it became clear to me that my hair wasn't going to return, I was like glad to stop the injections. And today I'm comfortable with who I am. This is me. I don't know, if you allow me to turn off the camera, I told you I would come back and reveal myself in my natural.
Absolutely. Before you do, though, we do have a question from the audience. How young were you when this first took place?
Okay, so I was about 30, like early 30, 31 years old. And I appreciate that question because alopecia can happen to children. As you know, they can be born with alopecia. And going to National Alopecia Foundation meetings, I met people of a diverse, like all ages, male, female, and the children are special and adorable because some of them never had the experience of hair, so they don't even want to be bothered with a wig. They're just running around, and they inspired me. My first meeting, it was in Texas. I was wearing a wig. It was hot as, I don't know how to describe that heat, but it was, and I was like, I don't want to wear this wig, but I had never come out wearing my wig. And that's when I first came out in Dallas, Texas. And it took me at least 45 minutes to leave my room. But I said, I'm going, this is the place. I'm around everyone that has the same condition. And I walked out and I got on the elevator. And that's when I freed myself. That's how it happened. And yeah, it was an experience.
Wow. Bridget, keep it simple with Bridget said, I did not know that you could be born with it. Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah. So you have young children. I was 30 something, and I was thankful, Sora, because I thought about it. What if I said this could have happened to me when I was in my adolescent years? And I don't know if I was able, I'm sorry, I think I hit this by mistake. I don't think I've been able to manage it the same way because I had already hit my 20s, but it does impact. This is important too. Hair loss is not a minor issue. It's major because it impacts all walks of life. So think about it. When I would go to the gym to work out, I don't want to work out in a wig, so I would have to take my wig off in the locker room. I'm feeling vulnerable. I'm looking around to see if anybody's looking at me. Swimming, go out to swim. Do you wear a wig or do you take the wig off? So these are all, even intimacy with your partner. I remember when I first started to lose my hair, it was like a big secret, right? And so I was always hiding, even from my partner. So he had no idea what was going on with me until, there was a maladjustment with the wig. He's what's going on? So, we had to have that moment. We had to have that talk. It was like, when do I tell him that, I'm losing my hair? So it was just, it was an awkward, not good time until I decided to own it and to free myself of all of that. So,
exactly.
I have my vulnerable moments still to this day, but I'm not vulnerable today. So if you want, let me know when I can.
All right. Well, go ahead on. I'll let you turn the camera off. I will entertain the masses, and we'll come back and see Miss Michelle in all her glory. I want to say thank you, everybody. Oh, Yogi, you just got in. Thank you so much for coming. I think this is an powerful story that you should definitely, if you know someone who is struggling with this is the show to watch. This is a show to send over to your friends and just say, hey, sis, you can do it. You can do it all. So
I'm ready to return. Are you ready for me?
I am ready. I can't wait to see you. Yay! I love it.
Oh, thank you. So this is me. And the fact that I'm on camera on your show, this is a first. This is a first. So you made me feel. Thank you for giving me this time to share. And I just hope I'm helping someone that's out there. Or if you know someone, share this with them. That, so that they can, go through their journey if they're losing their hair in some dignity and have dignity.
They're saying beautiful, natural beauty. Yes, baby. Yes. I love it. I love it. So wait, I had not a question. You shaved it?
Shaved before. I have a little, that's another thing I didn't get to say. that sometimes you can have some, like, it's called vellum hair, where it's almost like baby peach fuzz, you know, like a fuzz, and it grows.
Yeah.
So it was like a little like patches around. So I said, for the show today, I was gonna come with a shiny dome.
Yes, I love it. Better work. Colors.
I have on blue today because this is Alopecia Awareness Month.
Yeah.
So it's very timely, and the colors for awareness during this time is royal blue, because you know I love my pink and green.
There you go. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hello, Pamela. Thank you so much for coming.
Yes.
Yes. So we were talking before you left about the intimacy part. And I think we need to address that, because if you are suffering from this, when do you tell your partner, hey?
That's a good question. I told you I was just found out. I thought I was hiding, and I just had a malfunction there, and it was like, hey, what's going on back there? But I will say this: I was blessed because my partner at the time, he really saw beauty in me either way. Like, he was very encouraging and supportive, and he wondered why I was hiding it. So, you know, it was, I just, you know why I hid it? Because I wasn't sure what the reaction would be. But now I wonder, because I'm single, I wonder how in dating, how people would respond to me, you know, without most see me with my hair, because I usually, but when I want to, I go bald too. So I'm not out. But I'm wondering, like, when you meet someone, like you said, when's the time to say, you know, okay, I know you like my hair, it's blonde,
but I can take this off.
I'm going, and these lashes are not mine. So how you like me now?
Right.
So it really shows the essence of a true person, and it could be a litmus test to your relationship, because so many people have told me that the hair does not define the woman.
That's right.
I am Michelle with hair or without hair. So what you like about me and what you see in me is from the inside out. And so I'm the same person if I have on a wig, or if I'm wearing my shiny dome like today, right now.
I love it. I love it. You're getting nothing but kudos in here. They're like, you have a beautiful, gorgeous smile too, hearts. Ma'am, you are drop dead gorgeous, just as you are. Hey, Lady C, Queen Foodie is a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha as well. So hello, Soror. This is just Soror Michelle up here with all her beauty for Alopecia Month. Oh my God, you are gorgeous. And I couldn't love you more, but I think I do.
I'm giving you a virtual hug.
Love you more, but I do.
I love you too. I love what you're doing. I love your show, your concept. You know I love hot pink. I told you that. I love the logo, everything about it. And you have the personality. I'm expecting great things from you, and I'll be there for support. If you ever need a show concept, reach out.
Yes.
Some ideas, okay?
Absolutely, absolutely. Now you have a beautiful daughter who is also a member of our sorority. Any advice for her? Because, you know, this may be, you know, hereditary with your daughter. We already saw where it happened with your twin. You know, have you talked to her about that? Have you given her any advice?
So I will say this. She grew up with me without hair. So she's accustomed to seeing me in all different looks. But I think what I have tried to project is that you can't let any one single thing diminish you as a person. And if you feel that something is making you feel small in any way, you have to squash it and just cut it out from the very root. So by coming out, that was partially for my daughter to witness, because we learn, you know what when we learn, we're socialized from little beings. We learn by observation, by how our adults act around us, behave, not necessarily what they tell us, but what they show us through
Right.
So I feel that that's the message I gave my daughter. You know, if you're feeling little about anything, you have to find a way to empower yourself. And I mean yourself. You know, you have to own it and do what you do for you. So you know, yes, because I told you it could be hereditary, but you know, I try not to speak things into existence. She has a head of hair. She's 20 right now, but I feel like just going through this journey with me from a little person, hopefully I can be there for her, or she's learned. If I'm not here, she'll remember how I walked the walk when confronted with this adversity. So that's my advice for my Sora legacy, Chelsea Hardy. Hey, Chelsea.
Hello, Chelsea.
Shameless plug for Chic by her.
Yes. She's always want to get into the app. So want to say hi.
Hello there. You're adorable.
Yes. This is Miss Brooklyn. She always come and steal my shine.
Brooklyn, she's adorable.
Thank you. She didn't want anything but to jump on the camera. She jumps on my leg when she sees me on camera. She's like, it's my turn. Let's go. Isn't that great advice, Bridget? They were saying great advice for your daughter.
Yes.
So we talked about alopecia. Any final words on, you know, the month and anything special we can do to help? I know we're going to put the organization's link in our description box so that if anyone wants to reach out, they can. Is there some sort of special thing that they're raising funds for? How can we help?
Maybe I'll set up something on Facebook, because usually around my birthday, I set up like a fund on Facebook for the NAF. They call it NAF. But also, I like to make myself available. So if anybody knows someone that's struggling in this area with hair loss, it may have just happened, and they want to speak to someone that's been there. And you know, and I've been there and I'm here now, but I go back and forth too, so we can help each other and encourage each other. And I just want to be that for that person that might be out there. That's it. So if they want to, they can contact me through you, and I'd love to share my experience with them and support them, hold their hand through it.
All right. Thank you so much. All right. So now we're going to get a little girly. We talked about some of your favorite brands. What's in your makeup bag now?
Okay. In my makeup bag, it's real simple, because I'm a simple girl. Okay. So I have, one thing I like, because I do miss my lashes, I bought the Moxie lashes, which are
magnetic. Yes.
Magnetic lashes. And I put them on myself today, you know. Usually I have to have someone apply them because I have a shaky hand, but it's an eyeliner, and you just like poop, and the lashes are on. They're not big dramatic lashes, but without them, on camera or in pictures, my eyes seem to be set back. So I like Moxie lashes. That's one thing. Then I wear, thank you. Then I wear for under the eye some type of concealer, either through either MAC or NARS.
NARS,
And I just recently, for my birthday, had makeup done and was introduced by a young woman to Fenty. So we went shopping. That was part of the experience. We went shopping. We went to Sephora.
Yes.
I spent a lot of money, but I had a little shopping bag. But I was excited for the products that she recommended, and one of them was the Fenty for the skin coloring. I also she did like a lot of contouring, and I have to get lessons on that, because she had me looking really good for my birthday, contouring, and gave me a nice slim appearance.
Yes. Chiseled off like 15 pounds.
And I don't like lips, like lip color, like matte. I like to wear more like glossy type of
colors.
Yeah, I like to wear more glossy, and I like soft colors. Like I like blushes that might have a little rose in them, but like soft. And I like pink lips. And I always wear liner because I have no lashes on the top or bottom lid. So the liner helps pronounce my eyes, because people say they like my eyes, but I feel with the makeup, my eyes pop. Without the makeup, they just kind of like are lost. So that's my makeup bag. And I don't fuss, because once I do my makeup in the morning, that's it. Unless I have an engagement, I always try to have some lip color or something. But I don't apply like over the course of the day more than once or twice. So I'm a low maintenance type of girl.
There you go. I love it. I love it. Let's see if any other questions for Michelle while we have her. Wendy says, yes, Sephora is expensive, but I love it.
Yes. Yeah, I had a good time in Sephora. So I went to the one in Rich Hill in Yonkers.
Oh, yes.
It's fun. It's different now with COVID-19, so you can't just go in and try on. A few people at a time that are out in the store. You're assisted with one of the customer service, makeup artists, and I didn't get to try on things, so they kind of got me because I was just dropping things in the basket, and I got up to the register and I was like, "What?
I got 4 things."
I only got 4 things. I was a little bit taken aback, but clutch the pearls kind of moment.
Yes.
But my young lady friend told me, trust Miss Hardy, and you're gonna love the look. So I said, okay, I'm gonna trust you. So I bought the products, but they were good. They really made a difference.
Yeah, I love Fenty's products. I mean, I think she kind of opened the door for others to say, oh yeah, we got to get this market too. Because she came out with those 40 foundation shades, and there's still more to come. Like there's still shades missing from even Fenty. But I think what it allowed other beauty brands to do is to look and say, oh yeah, we need to get more inclusive because we're missing a whole segment.
Oh, yeah. And you know what? We support Black business.
We sure do.
Right. And so that's important too. But do you think that there'll be like a lot of competition? Because when we were there that day, I saw that I think the MAC location there was closed. So do you think there's like a lot of competition between the 2 product lines, and that they're missing out because that's a gap in terms of?
Absolutely. So I don't know if you know her name is Selena Gomez. She was famous for going out with Justin Bieber or whatever. She came out with so she came out with a line, and so now they're like, trying to pit these 2 against each other. But I'm like, first of all, it's not the same. Her audience is totally different from the Fenty audience. Fenty can reach and get someone, my age, your daughter's age, and then younger. Whereas Selena's is kind of niched to a certain demographic and a certain age group. I don't see women in their 30s or 40s or 50s or 60s going to get a Selena foundation as much as they would a Fenty foundation.
Yeah. So it's one big pie and it's enough for everyone.
There is enough for everyone. There's slices we haven't even thought of yet that, they can do. Wendy says, I have the Fenty Glow lipstick, feels like velvet. It costs me, but it is for me. Yeah. I mean, I love my Fenty lip gloss.
Yes.
It's here somewhere. Yep, it's here.
I like the packaging because it makes you feel special.
Yes.
think we
look.
should invest in ourselves. We work hard, and
Absolutely.
we should do and buy the things that make us feel, special. And when you have made like your lip gloss you just showed, it's so pretty. It's in a nice packaging. It has this top, and you just like take it out your purse, and you just feel like, wow, to have that wow moment.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, there's nothing like having that customized look. And a lot of people are doing that now, customizable lipsticks, customizable compacts. And I've got a couple of them that I've shown on my channel that I got, and people are like, oh my God, that is so like bougie, but it's so me because it's dainty and it's, nice and sweet. I'm like, yeah. Yes, go out and buy some Fenty. Lady C said, y'all gonna make me go out and buy some Fenty now. Yes, luxury too.
I'm gonna get that lip gloss. That's my color.
Yes. Absolutely. There's nothing like it to feel girly and special. Absolutely. Yeah. Well, go ahead.
I find like even makeup sessions, like going and letting someone apply your makeup. I think that's a way to make, we're talking about self-care, and it's a lot going on right now. We've been through a lot. If you have not been directly impacted in terms of being positive with COVID, we've all been impacted by seeing the numbers, and someone that knows someone, and this has been a period of time that we've never seen before. So take time to make yourself feel good. And even though we spend a lot of time indoors, it's still good to, like, when I joined the call a few minutes early, you were like fixing yourself up, and you were taking care of you. And I admired that. So that's what we all need to do.
Yes. Hey, Jackie B. Self-care is important for each of us. Take the time to embrace your beauty. Absolutely. I couldn't have said it better myself. Excellent.
Oh, wow. Beautiful.
Yes, I love it. Well, thank you so much, Michelle, for taking the time to speak with us today. I want to thank you for, sharing your story, which was so wonderful and so inspiring. And I think will help a lot of women, maybe not in this audience, but those who will watch the replay on this will really find it uplifting to see another woman that they can emulate and see, another sister who says, hey, look, with or without it, I'm still bomb. With or without it, I'm still the best. And when you focus on that beauty from the inside out, when you feel good inside, you're going to look good outside, no matter what it is you put on your face, whether it's a Fenty lip gloss or full red beat like I'm wearing, or just some chapstick. Whatever it is, rock it and be your beautiful self, authentically beautiful. So we are
BrownGirlBella.
BrownGirlBella. So as I say all the time for my babes, you have now been bellified.
Yes.
Take care, everyone. And I'll see you back here soon. Thank you so much, Michelle, for your time. Thank you, audience. I hope this information was helpful. I hope Michelle's story inspired someone to tell their truth. And if you want to come up and share your story, reach out to me at Shannon@BrownGirlBella.com, and we will talk about how you too can make someone bellified today. I thank you so much for your time. I love you all, and I'll see you soon. Thank you, Michelle. Mwah.
Let me get in the camera.
Yes.
Okay. Good night.
All right. Good night. Thank you so much. Thanks, everyone.